Do, 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 do. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Ooh. Let me do all my things. Let me say hello. Hello. Good morning, Kate. Good morning. Hello, Nasky. Hello. Hello, hello. How do we do, both of you? Haha, boss. How you doing, Vicky? How are we all? What's going on? What's going on? How you doing, Chibi? Welcome in as well. Salutations to you too. How you doing? Good to see you. How is everybody on this fine Sunday, 18th of December, 2022? A day for the history books. Been here since like 11. Do you really think there's anything going on? Well, so, I want the world to know. I'm done with work for today and had food. Can't be much better, can it? What'd you have for food? It is a pre-recorded video, pretty much. Kind of. Well, we're recording the video, so this is the video, but with just extra bits. You know, Artem, hello, 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 hello. I just woke up an hour ago. Spent all last night wrapping presents without any sellotape. How? What are you like licking them down? What's happening? What? How did they? Are you gluing them? What's going on? My mum got buns from the bakery. They were still warm too. Good. That's nice. Well, whenever I go into, so for those that don't live here in the UK, we have a place called Greg's, which is like a pasty. Thanks, Kate. I'm glad somebody went there. Okay. They sell like pasties basically, and when you go there, it's basically like potluck as to whether or not you're going to get hot things because they put everything out as soon as it's done. So if they've made a batch of sausage rolls, they'll put it out on show, and then if you turn up like, I don't know, 20 minutes later and there's still sausage rolls, they'll just give you the cold one. So it's all about timing, you know. It's just potluck. So I don't. Why did I start speaking about great? Oh, you said about buns. Yes, I just lost track of my story. Not even a story. It's rubbish. Greg's kind of overrated. I can't eat half their food. Well, yeah, that would probably ruin it for, that would probably be fair to be, I'm using twine. Oh, that's cool. Being environmentally friendly. That twine. That's a good word as well. Word of the day. Dan's word of the day. Twine. There you go. It's locked in. Good. Worst thing is when you see them just put the sausage rolls out, but they still give you the leftover cold. They know. They know. They know. Well, I'm glad you had good hot buns from the bakery, Nasky. I'm glad. I'm glad. But enough of your food antics. Shut up. We have to rank all these Pokemon. Can you believe it? The task that is ahead of us is a monumental one. It's going to be exhausting. We'll get through it together. Let's be friends by the end of this. Let's not tear each other apart. I mean, we can, obviously, and that is definitely what is going to happen. So, I mean, there's no point in me saying that, but, it just makes me look good if I say that before we do anything, so. Capiche. Rank the mons based on how delicious they are. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to put Finizen at S-tier. No. Dolphin? For legal reasons, that was a joke. I don't eat dolphin. I already know your opinions are going to hurt. Oh, yeah, Vicky. Trust me. Yes, they probably will. They probably will. Dolphin. Don't say dolphin, please. Have I done all the things? Yes, I put it on Instagram. I put a tweet out. Ayo, finally did that. And Discord. Okay, we've done them all. So this is going to be a video. I'm not putting anybody on screen because I couldn't figure it out. Please put the mouse family in S tier. I got to hop out for spoilers. Oh, okay. Have you not seen all the Pokemon? Wait, have you not seen all the Pokemon? Oh my goodness. Yeah, go, go, go. I'm sorry if I've spoiled it already. Sorry. But yeah, please do. Please put the mouse family in S tier. Which mouse family are you referring to? You being 2, Jim? What the what? Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. Get out of here. You rapscallion? That's also another good word. That's a great word, actually. Anyway. Sorry, I have a life. You literally have been sat here since 11. You literally just said that. You were contradicting. The 3 things you've said so far this stream, Kate, is I don't have a life, I have buns, and I don't have a life. 2 of those things don't match up. And it's not the buns. Anyway. Sorry. Natso! How you doing, Natso? All true. Round of applause for Kate. Anyway, peeps, sorry, I've left you hanging for a long time. Can I get you in shot? I don't know. How you doing, Natso? Ready to see how wrong you get this? Well, Natso, get ready for some opinions. Oh, peeps, you actually look really sad today. I know you normally frown, but you would look particularly sad. Peeps knows that I'm going to get this very wrong. All right, so yes, obviously what we're doing today, for the next hour and a bit, I would assume, is we are ranking all the Pokemon in Generation. We are ranking all the Pokemon in Generation 9, all the way from the Sprigatito down to the Legendaries. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 6 different tiers. We've got S tier, A tier, B, C, D, F. If you've ever watched a tier list ranking, I probably don't need to spell it out for you. You know what a tier list is. Let's move on. Usually with Pokemon games, I look at what Pokemon there are. It usually is the definitive reason why I buy a version, although I'm hoping there's no spoilers. Oh, no. We won't talk about story. We won't talk about story spoilers, but I will be showing off Pokemon that are in the story ending spoilers. So if you don't want to see that, I would suggest leaving. This will be turned into a video, so if you want to come back and watch it, it will be a shorter, more condensed, edited video. Good, just having some soup, then trying to get some... I'm going to try and get some Herba Mystica. When the World Cup final's on in 3 hours, I'm just going to watch that and do Terror Raids. I call it my FIFA World Cup Terror Raid day. That was terrible. Catchy, I know. So yes, if you don't want spoilers, I suggest looking away, going away now, and you can watch the video or the VOD back, obviously, whenever you want. Okay, who is ready? I would like to get your opinions in chat as we go. So please do feel free as we take it Pokemon by Pokemon by Pokemon. Please do leave your ranking. We're going to do S tier, A, B, C, D, and F tier. Vodfrogs. Hello, Vodfrog. If you're watching the VOD right now, hey, make sure to leave a like and put in the comments Vodfrog. Oh, Vodfrog. Vodfrog. There you go. Thanks for watching. Also, if you're here in the live stream, make sure to leave a like as well. That really helps out. And I forgot to say it last live stream, so I need some reminders. So if you haven't already, please do leave a like. I would greatly appreciate it. And hey, if you have any friends that you want to share the stream with, that would be great as well. Oh, don't know why I did it like that. Bit cringe. Who do you think will win the match? My head says France, but my heart says Argentina. I would really love Messi to. I'd love to see Messi get it. Giroud is apparently out, so he really. Ooh, that changes a lot of stuff. Actually, Giroud is. I really miss Giroud at Chelsea. Why did we get rid of him? I can't actually remember when and why. I suppose he wasn't playing enough. Eternal, how you doing, Eternal? Welcome in. Good afternoon. We're just about to get started with our rankings. Also, I was looking at this list before I started stream, and I am really struggling to remember some of the names of these Pokemon, because obviously these Pokemon have only been out a month, so I cannot remember all the names. So I may need some help in remembering the names. Thank you in advance. Coffee, how you doing, Coffee? Welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so just to clarify, we are going to be ranking all Generation 9 Pokemon, S tier, A tier, B, C, D, and F. We're going to take it one at a time, and my opinions are correct, your opinions are wrong. Thank you for watching. Bye. It's okay, we will correct you. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, who do I think will win the match? I think I'm gonna go Argentina, just for the story. Oh, it'd be imagine if he loses it again. He would have lost 2 World Cup finals. That would be devastating. Do you know why the Master Chief reaction shot is doing such picture? Eternal, I have absolutely no idea. I don't get it, because of all the reactions, I think that's one of the poorer ones. I don't get it. Sometimes it's just luck of the draw and timing and all these weird elements that go into it. It's the algorithm, Eternal, but it's strange. Like my Tandemaus one has got like 30, and I would have thought the Tandemaus one would be a lot more interesting than the Master Chief one. I don't know. It's weird, Eternal. I really don't understand, to be honest. Some do a lot better than others. Don't really get it. Anyway, so we are going to start. What's your metrics for judging Monster Day? My metrics, if I like them or not. My metrics for judging Monster Day is if I like them. Obviously, we've only had these Pokemon for like a month as of time of recording. So I haven't seen them in the anime. I haven't seen any Pokemon cards. I haven't seen all these different things that might affect my opinion in the future. I've had one playthrough. Things will change. I will like Mons. I will not like Mons in the future. So, we're just going to go off initial first month reactions. Maybe what we should do is do this every month, and then we'll see how it changes. 3 years in, and it's just the list is just completely flipped upside down. That'd be quite funny, actually. Anyway, should we get started, everybody? Should we get started? I like every Pokemon. Should we go? Oh, we'll get to Squawkabilly. Don't worry. We'll get to Squawkabilly. Some of these Pokemon are in a bit of a weird order. Like I don't know why some of them are so high up compared to others, but it doesn't really matter. We're gonna rate them all, aren't we? The best Pokemon of May 2023. Oh, if I had to put an early prediction, I'm gonna go with Nacli. Welcome in, Visual Night. How are you doing today? How's your day going? That'd be cool. You could plot their rankings on a graph. Oh, yeah, we could get spreadsheets going and everything. Yeah, pretty in depth. Anyway, okay, right. We are gonna start, everybody, with the first starter of the game, which is Sprigatito. And if you don't say it like that, I don't know what you're doing. So Sprigatito opinions, everybody. Now for me in general, I think the early starters, sorry, butchered that sentence. For me personally, I think Sprig, Fuecoco, and Quaxley are some of the strongest early starters. I butchered that sentence as well. For me, Sprigatito, Quaxley, and Fuecoco are the strongest first stage starters for a while. Gen 7, maybe? I think they're definitely better than Gen 8. Gen 7, Gen 6. I think so, yeah. I think I really do like all 3 of them. Sprigatito, for me, I think it's cool. I think it's fine. I think it's B. It's fine. Perfectly fine. Strong starter game this gen. Yeah, I think Sprig, Fuecoco, and Quaxley, I think they are just really great first stage designs that have so much room for potential. Whether or not that was maximized is, we'll get onto that. But I think Sprig is fine. I personally don't think I would ever pick Sprigatito, but if I did, I don't think I'd have a problem with it. So, now what's the middle stage called? What's the middle stage called? C and D, agreed. Strong starter game this gen. Gen 8 and Gen 7, I feel better base mons. Sod C tier because it's just a better lin. Just a better lin. Florigato. I even like the name. Now I really like Florigato. I like the fact it has a yo-yo. That's pretty darn cool. I do prefer it over Sprig, so I'm going to put that there. I don't think it's quite A or S tier. I just don't think I would ever use. Spoiler alert, I don't think I would ever use the Sprigatito line personally. I think I do prefer the other two lines. But I think they're all very solid for me. They're all going to be like B+. So yeah, I like it. It's really cool. And I think it's gonna be quite high on B tier. Because it's a really nice middle stage, I think. I think it's a really good middle stage. The yo-yo is really cool. It's just funny, really. And you'll probably see a lot in this list that I do like the funny Pokemon. So, yeah. Another B for me. Literally Flower Cat. Literally Flower Cat. Now, with Meowscarada, I do like it, but I don't like it as much as the other two, as much as Sprig or Florigato. I think it's fine. I don't like the little thing that follows it round. And that kind of happens in all three final starter evos, where they have something kind of attached to them that does a lot of stuff. And I don't really like it, to be honest. But overall design is very nice. B, I think, is absolutely fine. Like I said, very solid, very good. Moving on. I'm just waiting for people to stop moving outside the door because they're really annoying. Another B for me. Florigato, literally Flower Cat. A. It's about the same as the mid stage for me. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. What is that little thing that flies around Meowscarada, by the way? Does anybody know what that is or what it's supposed to be? Have I just missed the point entirely? Have I missed the boat? Macadamia Nut, welcome in. How are you doing today? Welcome in. Good morning. Still think Sprig is massively overrated, though. I think that's fair. Before these games, would you have said that a standing up cat is B tier? I feel like it managed not to annoy people. That's true, actually. Meowscarada does do a good job because everybody was like, don't stand up, don't stand up, don't stand up. And I have not seen a lot of hate for it. And I think I've seen more positive stuff than negative stuff. And that's pretty good. Like you said, Eternal, it's pretty good that it managed to do that from a position of nobody wanting it to stand up. So, isn't it attached to an invisible vine or tail? Don't know. In Scarlet, the Dex entry explains it. Its cape's fur is connected to the flower and it can turn invisible. Its cape's fur is connected to the flower and it can turn invisible. So it looks like it's floating. So it's a cape. Okay, interesting. Is Carrot Harry Potter? Oh my goodness. Right. Okay, moving on to Fuecoco. Now, I started with Quaxley, as you can tell back here. I started with Quaxley. I think Quaxley is my favorite of the first stage starters. I think Fuecoco would be my second pick. I really like Fuecoco. It's definitely above the Sprigatito line, and I think I'm going to put it in A. I really like it as a fire starter. I think it's really cool. I have absolutely no complaints about Fuecoco. I think it's a really great star choice. And if you did choose Fuecoco, I don't blame you at all. I think it's absolutely amazing. Fuecoco S, Chomper S. Lots of S tiers coming out. I see lots of S tiers in the chat. Yeah, I don't think it quite go to S tier for me. I think it is just a little bit below that. I think the whole line is just a little bit below S tier. But I think it's definitely. I don't think you can go wrong in this generation with the starters, really. At least the first stage, I don't think you can go wrong. I owned a life-size Fuecoco, great purchase. Blimey, that's pretty cool. Can we see a picture of it, Nessie? That sounds amazing. I really like Crocolore as well. I think it's amazing. I think it's hilarious that it's got a sombrero hat. That's just peak game design, really, I think. Don't like it as much as Fuecoco, but it's still A tier for me. Pretty darn cool. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you if you put the whole. To be honest, I can completely understand putting the whole line in S tier. I think that's perfectly valid. The sombrero is actually an S. It's genius. It's actually genius, isn't it? Crocolore would be A for me. Okay. Then we move on to Skeledirge. I don't think I like Skeledirge as much as the other two. I think it's fine. I think when I first saw it, I really, really liked it, and I said it was my favorite of the starter lineup trio thingies. It's kind of gone down in my estimation since then, but I still really like it. Pretty darn cool. A tier, I think, is perfectly fine. Skeledirge grew on me. Okay. Skeledirge goes, wow. Big spicy A. Big spicy A. Big spicy A. Love the cry. Oh, does it have a good cry? I've not heard the cry too much. Sorry, there's lots of people just running about. It's Christmas time. People are running around rapping things. A lot of noise going on. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a lot of noise going on outside. I'm just waiting for them to pass. And Skeledirge is easily S+. Rainbow Crocodile Skeleton with burb friend and voice so bad it physically hurts. How you doing, Crooks? Welcome in. How you doing today? Little Firebird is cool too. Little Firebird is pretty cool. Is it? Has it been confirmed that that's... Obviously, it's not its own Pokemon right now because it hasn't got its own Pokedex entry and all that sort of stuff. But is it technically a Pokemon? The little Firebird by itself? Hashtag blame Christmas. Oh, cool. Thank you for letting me know, Macadamia Nut. Thank you for letting me know. How you doing, Crooks? It's good to see you. Hello. Welcome in. How you doing? Yeah. I think that's perfectly fine. Then we move on to my starter choice, Quaxly. Now, as I said before, I did pick Quaxly. Quaxly is my favorite of the three. Quaxly by itself, easy S. Easy S. Definitely my favorite of the three. I actually really love it. I actually really love it. And by the looks of the anime, I've seen the anime clip of Quaxly like moving, shushing his hair around. I'm gonna love it even more, I think, at the end of this generation. I don't think it's a Pokemon, but according to the Pokedex, it has a soul. Okay. Cool. Quaxly A, Quaxly easy D tier. Ouch. Jojo looking duck. Doing great, been busy with the school play, so I've been neglecting some projects, so I've been smashing those out today. How did the play go? Or have you done the play? Or are you still playing with the school play? Who did you play in the school play? Wow, I have a really clear distinction, don't I? Okay. Moving on to Quaxwell. Now, I think Quaxwell is definitely the worst of the mid-stage starters. I don't really vibe with it or like it at all, really. My reaction to it was a bit tepid. I don't really vibe with it too well. I'm kind of judging it between C and D, and I just really don't like it. So I'm going to put it in D for now, with an estimation that it's probably going to go up to C. But I really don't like it at all. Glad to see your bias for being wet. Quaxwell C. Quaxwell is honestly the worst mid-stage starter of them all. Yeah. Is Quaxwell? Here's a question for the comments. Is Quaxwell the worst mid-stage starter of any Pokemon? What do we think? I think I saw Quavel in the big party in White Lotus season 2. We were doing a spin-off of The Wizard of Oz. Ooh, so I'm talking Emerald City. Pretty cool. Nice. That's really cool. Um, yeah, I just don't vibe with Quaxwell, which is really strange. It like going from Quaxley S tier to Quaxwell D tier. I don't know. It just really. I know the point of mid-stage evos is to be awkward and a bit like that, but I just really don't like it. There's still Quilladin. Quilladin. Prinplup. What has everybody got against Prinplup? I don't mind Prinplup actually. I don't love it like Piplup, but I think Prinplup is definitely still better than Quaxwell. And then we get into Quaquavel or Quaquavel. Quaquavers. I still don't know really how to say it. I think this one was definitely the biggest surprise for me. I really was not expecting a dancer. I think everybody was expecting like a pirate or a sailor or something like that. But it took me by surprise. It does take a bit of getting used to, but I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it here. B tier. I do prefer it over Meowscarada. Oh, actually, do I? No. Hold on. No, there. Sorry. I do prefer it. I do think it is my favorite. It is my favorite final stage Evo. Obviously, I think they're all really good. There's no one lower than B, but I don't know. It's really grown on me, and the dancing does make me laugh. So I think it is an A tier, just above Skeledirge. I think Skeledirge and Quaquavel are very, they're neck and neck, and it's just edging it right now. Just not as I like Quaquavel, just not as a Quaxley Evo. Okay, yeah, I can see what you mean. Gabriel, welcome in. How you doing, Gabriel? You're going for C? Quaquavel is a B for me. The peacock duck chicken thing is a D from me. It's a D from me, bro. Jake B, welcome in, Jake B. How you doing? You're saying Grottle is the worst ever. Ouch. Poor Grottle. How you doing, Jake? So welcome in. Yeah, I definitely think Quaquavel's my favorite of the final Evos. Okay, starters. I love how Quaxwell's just chilling here, so isolated and lonely down here. It's very funny. All right, we're moving away. All right, we're moving away from the starters, and we are moving into the early gen Pokemon. First up, Lechonk. I really like Lechonk. I think Lechonk is funny. I think it's cool. It's all right. Definitely B. I think as an early route Pokemon, I think it's pretty plump, pretty fun. B, I think is perfectly fine. I love it. I would use it, and I think that's all you can say. I think that's all you can say for it, really. But not quite A or S tier. The name, I think the name does help as well a lot. To be honest, Lechonk is just such a perfectly perfect name for it. To be honest, so I think that does help a lot. Even not, how you doing, Darkflame? Welcome in. Easy A, S plus name. Lechonk is a surprisingly usable Pokemon. Lechonk has definitely fallen from favor and is now just a B. Yeah, Lechonk fell off. Damn. I think when Lechonk was first announced, everybody lost their minds, and respectfully so, to be honest. But I think as the game has gone on, it's kind of dwindled a little bit. So I think when it first released, it was probably an A for me, but now it's kind of gone down to B. I can't. Oinkalone. How do you say these? Oinkalone. Does anybody know how you say those? Shiny Lechonk though. Have I seen? Does it go pink and white? Lechonk Evo kind of ruined it. Double was at least respectable. Yeah, I do get a double kind of a Wooloo Dubwall vibe from the Lechonk line. Oink Cologne. Okay. Thanks, Tal. I truly enjoy the gender differences of Big Pig. Another A. I say oink alone, like baloney. It's a bratwurst. Okay. Oinkalone, Oinkalone, Oinkalone for me. When I first saw it, I think I misgendered it. So that was interesting. Um, I don't really care for it too much. I kind of understand what they were going for with a Lechonk Evo, and the gender differences does make it quite kind of fun. But I think for me, both of them are just kind of C tier. They're fine. They're fine Evos, but I don't think I will ever evolve the Lechonk. If I was to use a Lechonk, I would keep it as a Lechonk. Just for the name, obviously. Yeah. It's a bratwurst, yeah. Okay, Tarantula. Now, this was the first new Pokemon I think most people saw in the game. I really like it. I love this whole line. I think it's very cool. Definitely going in A tier. I think I'm gonna put it roughly about there, towards the end of A tier. I actually really like it. I think it's very cool, very fun. I love the name Tarantula. It took me about 5 minutes to get it right because I kept saying Tarantula, but Tarantula is fantastic for me. I did take ages trying to pronounce this name, Eternal. C Tarantula is amazing. A for me. Um, it says people use the trunk to find crabominable arms, and I love that. Amazing. And I really like Spidops as well. I think it's really cool. When you see it up in the tree and then it jumps down at you, I think that's really funny as well. I love that it does the little like that with its web. I think it's really funny. And I think this is probably one that will benefit from the anime. Um, seeing it actually like move around fluidly rather than just like all the time. I think it will really help it. So I'm going to put it just below it, actually. I'm still going to put it in A tier, though. No thank you to the spiders. Spidops in D. Dang. Spidops as a B gives a Spider-Man kind of vibe. Fair. Fair, fair, fair. Is the next one called Nimble? Is it called Nimble? Nimble. Yeah, it is Nimble. Yeah. I can't say I like Spidops because Tarantula was so cute, but Spidops is definitely not. It is a very drastic change going from one to the other. That's true. Nimble, yeah, okay. I really like the Nimble line. I think it's very cool. What typing is low kicks, by the way? Is low kicks bug steel or is it still just bug? Because I can't remember for the life of me. Did you see Spidops in the new Spider-Verse trailer? Nimble just a scared little baby. Low B. Oh, it's bug dark. Okay, I like it. Yeah, I like Nimble. I don't think it's as good as. Oh, I think it is better than Meowscarada for me. I'm gonna put it in B. I think it's very cute. I think it's very fun. Low kicks though is very very cool. I will put it above these two, just below Skeledirge. I think low kicks is very cool. Very cool typing. I like it. Um, and I don't know if you've seen it like use its little back legs like a locust would. They're like very like it's like a machine. It's very cool actually. I like it. I saw it for the first time do that late on into the game and I really liked it. Low kick low kicks S tier for me. Low kicks is very annoying when it runs at you. That's very true. Low kicks C, low kicks A for me. Absolutely fair. Now, this might be controversial for some people. I don't like the Mass Chief line. I don't like either of them particularly. I think they're okay, but they just don't do anything for me. Once you get past the storyline, obviously the storyline is what everybody's like, oh, I love Mabosif because of Arvin, and it's very nice. And it is sad. And I can, from a human to AI, from a human to pixels point of view, you know, I can see why you would be upset that your Pokemon's sad, and that is sad. But I don't like the line, to be honest. They look like they're very disgruntled. I mean, the Mass Chief literally looks like he's mid poo, which is kind of off putting for me. I'm gonna put them both in D. I just really don't vibe with them. I would never use them. They're just not for me. There are better dogs in this generation. I think it might be the worst dog Pokemon. Let me know. What's the worst dog Pokemon? Mastiff is an easy S for me. Oh, wow. I like C and B. Mastiff C, Mabosif IB. It's just a dog that wants some love. It does look like it's mid-poo. Look at Mastiff. Next time you're in the overworld, look at Mastiff and tell me it's not mid-poo. I'm just saying. Now we get to the absolute best of the best. Paldean Wooper. Easy A tier for me. Definitely the highest of the A's so far. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It's not a drastic change from Wooper itself. Obviously, it's got the color change, and that's kind of really it for the most part. But it still is very cool. I really like it. I love Quagsire and Wooper anyway. They're some of I think they're in my top 10 favorite Pokemon, to be fair. So getting a form change of them I think is always going to go well. But where it really gets good is Clodsire. Now, Clodsire, easy S, fantastic. That is how you do a evolution to to a past Pokemon. Absolutely inspired, fantastic. No complaints here. Mastiff's Pokedex literally says it's constantly trying to be scary, but its face is too funny. That's pretty cute, actually. Pooper, solid B. Whole line is S for me. Loved using it during my playthrough. Poozalotl. Poozalotl. Was Wooper the only Paldean mon? No, there was Tauros. There was another one, I think, wasn't there? Oh no, there was only two. Yeah, there was Tauros as well. Yeah. Which is interesting. Obviously there's Toadscruel, but that's not a Paldean form. That's a whole other thing. That's a whole other thing. We move on to Relor, which I find absolutely hilarious. I love that it just lifts up his little ball when it gets into battle. It's really funny for me. I'm going to put it in A tier, just below Low Kicks, I think. I really do like it. I find it very funny. And I like funny Pokemon. Things that make me laugh, things that bring me joy. I'll put them high up on the list. Clodsire disappointed me a lot with its stats. I've not looked into the stats of Pokemon, to be fair. Relor line is a solid C. Relor's my favorite. That's true as well. Relor has probably the best shiny in this generation as well. Faultless. C for the concept, otherwise it's a letdown. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't like Rabska as much. I think it's cool that it took it in a completely different direction, making it psychic type. I think it's fine. I think it's going to go low B for me, but it's not as good as that. Shiny Titan is pretty cool. I have seen that. And Clorf is actually a really good shiny as well. That's difficult, actually. Maybe we could rank the shinies later on in another stream. Poop Ball God Pokemon. Rabska, favorite Gen 9 Pokemon. Really? Dang, Macadamia Nut. Dang. Self-actualized dung beetle. That's pretty fun. Actually, I'm gonna move it just above Meowscarada. Just below Nimble. I think that's fine. Disappointed you? Wow, Macadamia Nut. That is, I mean, B, I think B is pretty respectable. B is very respectable. We move on to Grievard. Definitely a better dog than Mabosstiff and the Grievard. Mabosstiff and Mastiff, that's the one. Grievard is very cool. Really like it. The trailer was very cool. I liked the killing off of the person holding the camera. That was pretty funny. I think it is going to go B for me, but high B. High B. Do I prefer it? No. Do I prefer it? Yeah, I think I'll split that up. High B for me. Grievard's very cool. Very nice. Very fun. Oh, I've just remembered that bit in the game where you're fighting that gym leader and Grievard comes on and does that. Okay, I'm going to put Grievard up to A. That scene alone is the best thing Pokemon's ever done. Just putting that out there. The Grievard jam. The Grevard jam is that really got me. It was so good. So I'm gonna put it up to A just for that cutscene alone. Is it Grievestone? Is it Grievestone? Is that what the evolution's called? I can't remember it too well. You've regained my respect. Okay. Ghosty Faye, welcome in, Ghosty Faye. How you doing today? I love how tiny Grevard is. Grevard is very tiny. Grevard is very tiny. How you doing, Ghosty Faye? Houndstone, yes. Okay, Houndstone, thank you. I completely get where Houndstone is going in terms of an evolution. It makes sense. Perfectly good, perfectly fine. Nothing more than a B for me, though. I do think I prefer Meowscarada, but it's pretty darn cool. B is very respectable. Very cool. Very cool Pokemon. And a neat evolution. I think in general, I do always prefer... I'm not like one that's for all these like cool Pokemon. I usually prefer the smaller, funny ones, if I'm honest. As you can probably tell by the S tier right now. Loving your sweater. Thank you very much, Ghosty Faye. Thank you very much. Look, they've got bow ties on and hats. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Grevard Jam better than Ed Sheeran Jump Scare. Yes, gonna have to. I wanted a three-headed oh, actually, yeah, three-headed undead dog. That would be really cool. I think Grevard and Houndstone fall into the general trap a lot of the Pokemon in Gen 9 fall into, which is it's it but bigger kind of thing. Like, and that is how evolutions go sometimes, but I feel like in this gen more than other gens, it's very noticeable that it's just from this to this to this. And we'll get into some of those later on, but yeah, I think that's where it starts to get a bit iffy for me with those sorts of evolutions. What's this thing called? Charcadet. That's the one. Charcadet. Moving on to Charcadet. Now we have a Charcadet called Little Lad Maker, who is got flame body and hatches our eggs. So I'm gonna be pretty attached to Charcadet for the next 3 years of this game cycle. So I really like it. I think it's very cool, and it makes sense to evolve into these two. Really like it. I'm gonna put A. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it above low kicks, or just below. Actually, a bit just below low kicks. I think A is a fine ranking for it. Poor me. Yeah, we'll get to poor me. Don't worry. The same but bigger. Charcadet's an A. Armarouge and Celadurges are both S. We stand Charlos. Charcadet C. Ceruledge B. Armarouge C. Okay. This one's called wait, which one's this one? Is this one Armarouge? Am I saying that right? Armarouge? Armarogue? Armarogue. Or Armarogue? Armarogue. Armarouge. Armarouge? Armarouge. Amourouge. Amourouge. Armarouge, however you say it. I'm not quite sure. I do prefer its counterpart, but I still think it's very, very cool. It's going to go high B for me, just above the mid stage for Sprig. I think it's cool. I think it's very nice. I think it's very cool. I didn't use it in my playthrough, but I think for my second playthrough, I probably will be using one of these two. Armarouge. Okay. Both A for me. Oh, Rouge, like the color. Of course, because it's the red one, of course. Rouge, of course. That makes sense. And what's the other one called? Ceruledge. And Ceruledge, like ceruleum because blue. Ceruledge. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, and then Ceruledge. I do prefer Ceruledge. It's such a cool Pokemon. It's definitely going high A. And I think it's going to go above Paldean Wooper. It's a cool Pokemon. It's the definition of cool Pokemon. It's like the Scizor for this generation. It's very cool. I'm actually considering S tier. I am considering S tier. I'm going to go S tier. I definitely think the champion should have had one of them. The champion definitely should have had it. Definitely. Ceruledge S. Ceruledge looks really good in the Ghost Chimtown. Ceruledge. Swish. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that an S tier. I think it's really cool. I think if I was to do another playthrough, that would definitely be on my team. Design wise, Ceruledge is an easy S. She should have had anything better, to be honest. Very true. Now we get on to Flittle, or the Flittle line, should I say. I think most people were very surprised to see it go from a Flittle to an ostrich. I've heard somebody say that Flittle is supposed to be an ostrich egg, and that's why it turns into an ostrich. I don't quite see it, but I can kind of get where they're coming from. I think it's perfectly fine. I don't think it's any more than C for me. I do prefer it to Oinkologne, though. It's a little baby bee. FMT, welcome in, FMT. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? We're just ranking some Pokemon if you want to join in. I hate that thing. Flittle D Espathra A. Wow, that's a dramatic change. Blimey. Espathra. Now, Espathra is very big. I didn't have a word to finish off that sentence. I just realized why Mabastiff's so low. Well, on my list. Espathra D easily. Espathra also gets a B from me. Are these ranked just based on design? I don't really play competitive, Jake, to be honest. But obviously, you can rank them on whatever you want. I'm ranking them kind of on design, typings, just my general feelings and emotions towards them right now. I said in the beginning, like, obviously, we're going to have 3 years of Scarlet and Violet if we're going by normal game cycle standards. And my opinions will definitely change the more I use them and the more I vibe with them. When the anime comes out, when there's Pokemon cards, all that sort of stuff. So this is just initial first month reaction, basically. Gonna head out and do some work. No worries, Crook. See you later. Take care. Hope your work goes well. Dramatic change, just like the Evo. I mean, true. Espathra looks like a bunch of birthday balloons stuck together. There's a clip of another streamer using Espathra asking if Flittle evolves. That's very funny. That's pretty good. Espathra for me is better than Flittle. I will put it low B, but I think it's fine. I don't think I would personally use it, but I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty fine. It is funny thinking that now we have a Cleopatra Pokemon. To me, that is just quite funny. And it makes you think as well that just like at some point, if Pokemon keeps going, we will have a Pokemon for literally anything you can think of. Like we'll have wrapping paper Pokemon. We'll have an inhaler Pokemon. It will happen. The name is really good too. Yeah, Espathra. Espathra. It is fun to say actually. Espathra. Espathra. Okay. Then we move on to Farigiraf. Now, Farigiraf for me is absolute perfection. It is gonna go into S tier for me. I do prefer it to Ceruledge. I do wish I used it in my playthrough. And I think it is just the best example of taking an older Pokemon that doesn't get a lot of love, that is kind of overlooked, flipping it, literally flipping it, and making it a mon that everybody wants to use. I think it's an absolutely perfect redesign for a Girafarig evolution or form or whatever it is. It's amazing and it's lovely. I love the color palette as well. The color palette really does it for me. I haven't seen the shiny actually yet. I wonder if the shiny's good. But for me, I will be using it in a future playthrough. I really like it. Actually, how does Girafarig evolve into Farigiraf? Is it just level up? Farigiraf is so goofy. I love it. It looks like an astronaut. How can anyone not like it? Exactly. It does look like an astronaut. A giraffe astronaut. What's not to like? What is not to like? Why are you missing your buddy down here? Signature move like Dunsparce. Oh, okay. It's level up, isn't it? Right. Level up and signature move. Okay. Cool. Capsicid. Now, I don't really know how I feel about it. It is probably one that will change in time for me. I think it's fine. It doesn't really do much for me personally. I think actually it is very similar to the Flittle line where I'm like, it's fine. Scovillain, I think the concept of Capsicid and Scovillain is very cool, and the execution is 70% well done. But I think there are better ways they could have gone with it, to be honest. DC Scovillain D. Dang, I am going to put Scovillain in C as well. It is cool to have a fire grass type. I will say that it's very cool because that's a typing that's been needed for like ages. Scovillain looks like a middle stage. Yeah, yeah, I can kind of see what you mean. Yeah, it would be cool if there was a third one with a third head that was just like a really radical big pepper. I don't know. Hard agree with that. Yeah. But I like the fact that it's got a cool typing. The tongues are very funny to me as well. But it's perfectly fine. It's not a Pokemon that I dislike at all. It's just fine. It's just there for me. Yellow pepper. Oh, yellow pepper. Yeah, true. It's like they had the idea for the heads and just couldn't be bothered with the rest. Yeah, yeah. I kind of see what you mean. Yeah. Okay, Wiglet. Now, as I've said before, I find the funny Pokemon very funny, and I like them for that. So for that reason, I'm going to put Wiglet in A tier. I'm going to put it above Grievard and just below Relor, I think. I think it's absolutely hilarious, very funny. I love the fact that it's just Diglett, but with a W. It literally took a W and it turned into something better. D. Wow. F. Get it off my screen. I hate it. Blimey. Wow. I also like the fact that when you get close to it, it goes down. I think it's very funny. It's like a whack-a-mole. It's great. Although that is what Diglett is anyway. It's kind of like a whack-a-mole. Whack-a-Diglett. Whack-a-Wiglet. Oh gosh. C for creamy. Don't say that. Wug Trio, I don't vibe with as much, but I do like the design of it. I am going to put it just below. Yeah, I'm going to put it above a Rabska. I think that's fine. I think that's perfectly fine. Don't say C for creamy. Don't say that. No. Ban him. Get him out of here. Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's fun. Now, question. Is Dondozo the best name in this generation? Dondozo. It's so fun to say. Dondozo. I like Dondozo. It makes the lake area very cool. Because you just see these giant Dondozos chilling about. It's very fun. I really like that area of the game where you've got Dondozo and Veloozers running at you. They're very fun. Dondozo is a sick name. It's very good. The next one is the best name. You think Velouz is the best name? Okay. Best Titan. Is it the best Titan? What do you have? Bombardier, Clorf. What's the fourth Titan? Dondozo. Oh, and the Iron Tusk. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is it? I think it is the best Titan. Yeah, that is. Yeah, I'd give you that. I think Dondozo is the best Titan. I'm gonna put it in A. Below, just above Grieve. Ooh, no, just below Griever. Actually, no, I do prefer Solid Edge. So I'm going to put it in high B. High B, perfectly fine. Great Mon, great addition. No problems with it. It can stay. The way Dondozo comes out of the water is my biggest fear. That's true. It has got the fear factor. Solid C for Dondozo. Okay. Next up, we have Veluza. Veluza is obviously the kind of Sharpedo for this generation in the water, where it kind of just lunges at you, and it makes that area of the game very stop, start, stop, start. I do like it. It is very cool. Personally, I don't think I would ever use it. So I'm going to put it lowish B. I think actually I'm going to put it lowest B, just below Espathra. It's perfectly fine addition, and it's there. It's good design, good execution. Very annoying though, but fun. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. For losers are so annoying. They are very annoying. They are very, very annoying. I hate when it breaks apart, but also kind of cool. Yes. Yeah. Now, Finizen. Now, this might be where it gets a bit controversial. I like Finizen and Palafin. These two, that is. I think they're perfectly good. I do like them. I'm going to put them in B. And we have needed a dolphin Pokemon for some time. It is a dolphin by definition. It is literally a dolphin. Could they have done more with it? I think so. I think I like it on virtual that it's a dolphin, not so much as it because it's a Pokemon. Sorry, I'll do that sentence again. I think I like it because it's a dolphin. I don't think it's a great Pokemon design, but I like it because it's a dolphin, if you know what I mean. Now, I don't like the Zero to Hero form. I just don't like it. Something about it. I think it might be too goofy. For me personally, I just don't like it. I think it's fine. I think it's cool. I love the concept of switching out and going back in and then a different form comes out. Love the concept. Absolutely fantastic. And Zero to Hero is a fun ability name to say, actually. But I don't like it as much. So I'm going to put it in high C. Just putting it out there. It's standing on the tail for me. That is pretty fun. Hero form grows on you. Okay. I mean, maybe I just need to use it more, obviously. But for now, it seems a little bit too goofy. And I know I've put Clodsire in S tier, but that's just how I feel. It's goated. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Sorry, I was just listening to a conversation. Don't worry. What's this thing called again? What's this? Oh, what's it called? Oh, flipping hell. What's it called? I've only got Graphia in my head. Shroodle. Thank you very much, Vicky. Shroodle, big S. It's a little derpy tongue. I love it. It is pretty cool. Shroodle. I love the name. I love the big eyes. I love the tongue coming out of the nose. Very cool. Very fun. A. Low A. Low A. It's good. It's funny. The name carries it very far up the list, I think, as well. And Graphii is a very cool addition as well. I do prefer it over Shroodle. I think I do prefer it over. Yeah, I think there. Mid A, roughly. Graphii. The whole line is very cool. I would actually love Graphii on my team. It's really I really want to use it in a second or third playthrough. Seems really fun. And I think, to be honest, I think the trailer and the marketing for it does help as well, because I really liked it as well. Because I really like those as well. Shroodle S tier name, Graphii A. Okay. Okay. The Dunsparce. Now, I'm kind of in two minds with the Dunsparce. Part of me thinks it's an incredibly easy and convenient evolution for Dunsparce. And a lot of people, including myself, I think, are just thinking The evolution could have been so much better, and the designs could have been so much better. The concept, the execution, so much better. But the fact that they had the absolute balls to just put a third segment on Dunsparce, probably the Pokemon that has had the most requests to get an evolution of any other Pokemon, is absolutely commendable. It's on Larry's team, which helps a lot, I think. The Dunsparce is a very funny name, and it is a funny Pokemon, and I do like funny Pokemon. So for that, gonna put it in a high B. Because it's funny. I think I like the difficulty involved with getting a 3-segment Dunsparce more than I actually like it itself. Okay. It is a big meme. It is a big meme, and I think that's why I like it. I like the confidence of Game Freak just going, yeah, no. Dunsparce does get an evolution, but you're not gonna like it. The Dunsparce walked so Miltank could run. Game Freak is making fun of you all, and this is the perfect personification of that. I know. And I actually commend them for it. I actually really like it. I just choked in my drink. The Miltank. Okay. We move on to the Smoliv line. I really like Smoliv. Of the Lechonk Smoliv, what's the Pawmi of the Lechonk Smoliv Pawmi reveals in like that first trailer, I actually preferred Smoliv to the others. I really, really like Smoliv. I think it's very cute and fun. I'm gonna put it higher. I don't know why. It's just a simple design. I love its mouth. I love its eyes. Its face is fantastic. It's obviously very basic, but that's obviously what a first stage should be. And I think it's funny. I think it's great. Double the eyes, double the fun. It's Smoliv. The name Smoliv. It's perfect. It's cute. Is this Doliv? It's Doliv. Yeah, it's Doliv. Doliv is a fine. It kind of reminds me, to be honest, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, if you replaced Sprigatito with the Smoliv line for starters, I think Smoliv is kind of like a first. Smoliv to me does feel a bit like a starter line, where it's got that awkward mid stage, and then the final stage is, Actually, now that I think about it, do you think that Smoliv at one point was the starter? Because it does have that vibe about it, Doliv C and Arboliv is D. They could have done something much better. Okay. Are you getting? Is it just me, or are you getting starter vibes from the Smoliv line? Like, imagine instead of flipping Sprigatito, you get Smoliv at the start of the game. Smoliv could have been the starter for sure. Doliv is fine. I think it kind of does what the mid stage needs to do. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. C, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Do you prefer it? I do prefer it to those lot. I'll put it in C. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, it does what mid stage needs to do. Localization name has worked overtime this year. Arboliv. I actually do like it. I didn't like it initially, but it has grown on me. I think it's great. I do just like Smoliv much more than the rest of the line. I do prefer it to Espathra. Probably about there, I think, is fair. In between Houndstone and Espathra. Perfectly good. I've just seen what's next. Starters are usually animals, so I don't think so. Starters are usually animals. Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, okay. Arboliv, literally olive tree. It is, yeah, it is literally an olive tree. But then you can say Smoliv is literally just olive. Okay. Now we're getting into the good stuff. Toadskull is just I think it is the funniest Pokemon. Can you find me a funnier Pokemon than Toadschool? I don't think you can. Is it my favorite of this generation? I'm just trying to work it out. It's very high, to be fair. I think it's just below Quaxley. I think it's just below Quaxley, but it's very, very close to it. Toadschool is hilarious. I love that it drastically changes from Tentacle from a water poison to a grass ground. I think that's so inspired, so funny. It's goofy, but goofy in all the right ways. Arbol is Spanish for tree. Oh, very cool. Very cool. And the run. You can't mention Toadschool without the run. The run is just absolute perfection. It's just so good. You just can't beat it. Tentacruel doesn't run, and I think that's what's holding it back. It hops, and I think that is what's holding it back. If I was to catch a Toadschool, I probably wouldn't evolve it, but I think it's still a very good evolution, and I'm gonna put it in A. I'm gonna put it below Grafii. Just mid A. Mid A is perfectly fine. We need to take a Toadschool running clip break. No. Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. But yeah, Toadschool, easy S. Easy S for me. Okay. Tadbulb and Bellibolt. I didn't really mind Bellibolt when it was first revealed. I like Iono. I think Iono is probably my first or second favorite gym leader. It's probably the most memorable gym leader for me, obviously just because I do streaming and content creation, and that just really stuck with me, and it was quite funny watching myself be mocked. It just was a good memory. Larry is the best character, but Iono for me was the best memory. If I wasn't a streamer / content creator, then it would be Larry 100%. But I don't know. I just had a lot more fun reading Iono's dialogue, to be honest. But anyway, yeah, Tadbulb and Bellibolt, I think they're fine. They don't really do much for me. I'm gonna put them in C. I don't mind them as Pokemon, but I probably just won't ever use them. Yeah, I think C for both is fine. They're perfectly fine. They're just not for me. They're not for me. I get what you're going for with Bellibolt. It's not for me though. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Smolite did a lockout challenge, and one of the goals was to lose to. That's funny. That's good. Now, Varoom and Revaroom. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I hate them. Don't like them at all. First F tier Pokemon. Don't really like them at all. Don't get on with them. I usually love inanimate object Pokemon, but every time I see one of these in the wild, they just look so out of place, so weird. I just don't like them. Don't like them. They just don't fit for me. Low C. But the Venga bus. The Venga bus is coming. The Venga bus is coming. Actually, to be fair, Varoom is okay. I think if you had Varoom by itself, it's okay. I'm gonna put it lowest of the D tier, but Revaroom I really don't like at all. The wheels, it just looks like I don't like Carkol very much as well. I don't like the 4 wheels on the side of those two Pokemon. They just don't look right to me personally, and it's just weird. Don't like it at all. It does very little for me. The Venga bus. Oh, Eternal. I'm gonna have that in my head all day now. You've done it. You've done it. You've cursed me. You just don't like mobile Pokemon then? No, it's not that. I don't. I mean, we're gonna do Cyclizer in a bit. I like Cyclizer. Like the just the way that they've done it just feels really weird, personally for me. They just don't feel like Pokemon, and I think that's probably my biggest complaint with them. Which is kind of, inanimate object Pokemon are hard because they don't feel like Pokemon because obviously they are just inanimate objects that have become Pokemon most of the time. But I don't know, there's just something about it that just doesn't sit with me personally. We move on to Orthworm, which is a great Pokemon name. Very fun. I really liked its first appearance. It was very funny. Um, its design is not as good as when I first saw it. It's kind of gone backwards from when I first saw it, but it's still a very funny Pokemon. I really do like it. It's going to go an A for me. Probably above Wiglet. Yeah, I think above Wiglet. Whoops. But lower than Toad Scroll. A, very good. Would you still love me if I was a worm? It's an A. The arms are hilarious. Yeah. Oh, worm? Oh, worm? Yeah. High A, high A. Or sorry, mid A. Mid A, mid A. It's good. It's good. Now, I'm going to be brutally honest. Paldean Tauros, I don't really like it. I'm going to put it in D. Tauros is fine by itself, but Paldean Tauros is fine. They just made it black, which is cooler than normal Tauros, but it's fine. Now, I swear, I looked at this tier list this morning. I've never seen these. I don't know what they are. I've been waiting to get to this bit because I actually don't know what these are. What are they? I have not seen them in the game. What, are they different versions of Tauros? Are they an evolution of Paldean Tauros? Are they a form change? I have not seen them. I don't know what they are. How do you get them? I swear I've not seen them. I had to look them up. I had no clue. It's water form and fire form. There's water fighting and fire fighting. How do you get them? How do you get them? What? I don't know if I haven't battled somebody, but they're version exclusives and you can get them more often with sandwiches. So do they run around so they're not so they're not an evolution of Paldean Tauros. They are just in the world alongside Paldean Tauros. And you find them in the same pockets that you would find normal Tauros or Paldean Tauros. Because I swear I've never seen one. They are part of the herds that run around, just more rare. I've never seen one. I've got a month into the game and I've never seen these Pokemon. I found one in the wild for the first time after I beat the main story. It's very weird. But I mean, I can't judge them because I haven't seen them. I did look up pictures of them, and I do prefer them to the normal Paldean Tauros. So, but they're perfectly fine. I'm just going to put them in D tier, but above the normal Paldean Tauros. Water sandwich increases chance of Violet and Fire and Scarlet. Yeah, sure, fair. That's fair. Okay, now we move on to the couple Pokemon Tandemaus. They are very funny. And the evolution method is something I never thought I would see or have to talk about. The fact that they do. And then you suddenly get more. I think it's amazing. It's very funny. The designs of them alone, I'm not as on board with, but the whole package together does probably make it A tier for me. I'm going to put the evolutions in here as well because they kind of all feel they all feel the same thing. But low A, I do prefer Strudel and Greavard and all that, but they are very, very funny. The names are amazing. Evolution method amazing. 10 out of 10. We have Tandemaus and Mousehold, but what about single parent? Oh my goodness! Imagine there's a third stage where one of the mice just leave. Oh, and he is a single mouse, single parent. That'd be so sad. Oh dear. But yeah, everything, the whole package together, the design, the way you evolve them, the concept is very, very funny to me. Satoddle and Satitan. By themselves, Satitan by itself, very cool Pokemon. I think it does fall into the trap of this generation, which is the same thing but bigger to some degree. Which again, to clarify, does happen in a lot of generations, but I just felt it happened more often in this generation. Maybe because it's freshest in my mind, that could be it. But I think they're perfectly adequately fine. Nothing higher than a B for me. I would put them on the lower end of B. They're not as good as Veluza or Espathra. Perfectly good, perfectly fine. And I've heard their shinies are very good. So I've seen their shinies are very good as well. Like a mouse is just gone suddenly. Yeah. Love Sir Titan's cry. Okay. Oh, I do prefer Sir Titan to Sir Toddle. Let me just clarify that. Although Sir Toddle is pretty cute. Both a B for me. Fair. Fair. Same. Okay. Tatsugiri. Now, obviously, the niche thing about this Pokemon is that it kind of goes 1-in-1 with Dondozo. VGC strategy-wise, I've seen a VGC battle where Dondozo eats it. Well, not eats it, but it swallows it and puts it in its mouth, and it gains stat boosts and stuff like that. So it is kind of a 1 and 2 kind of Pokemon. Putting them by itself, not alongside Dondozo, I do like the idea of a sushi Pokemon. They are very fun. I like the name Tatsugiri. I do like the idea that they have different forms as well. I do like the different color variations of Tatsugiri as well. And the eyes. I know a lot of people don't like the eyes because they're a bit like that meme with like that. But I actually really do like them. I think they're very funny. I love the way that the Dondozo Tatsugiri Titan battle worked out, and that you find out that Tatsugiri was the Titan all along, and that was very, very fun. So I'm going to put them above Dondozo. I think I do prefer them to Tandemaus, so I'm going to put all three of them in there. Which one do I prefer color-wise? Probably the orange one, then the pink one, and then the yellow one. Sushi has like 140 base special attack. That's big. That's hard hitting, you know. Actually, I don't know why these. Hold on, I've just realized these should be down here. I don't want to do them last. In fact, actually, I probably should have started with Koraidon and Miraidon, shouldn't I? Because you kind of get them first. Oh well. In fact, I'll do them at the start of I'll do them here. We'll leave the Chinese legends to last. There we go. Okay. I wandered into the lake area and got wrecked by level 54 sushi. Cyclizer, I find very funny, and I now have a very personal attachment with Cyclizer because of the clip that I got. Yeah, I have a very personal attachment to Cyclizer now because of a certain clip that I made, and it did very well, and it was very funny. I like it shiny as well. It's a cool name. Cool concepts. I like the idea that it turns into Koraidon and Miraidon. It's pretty fun. Don't think it's any higher than a B, personally. But I do prefer it to Sir Titan, Veluza, Espathra, but I'll put it probably lower than Arbolive. Arbolive? Still don't know how to say that. It's fine. Cyclizer just stands up and walks around, and it really threw me. Yeah. Now we get to the Pour Me line. Now this is where a lot of the discussion is going to be. Now there are two lines in this game that I think would benefit from having a Pokemon cut from them. The first one is Pour Me. The second one is Tinker Titan. The first one is Pour Me. The second one is Tink. Now, I am going to judge all these three together, which I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to do it. This should be a Pokemon, and this should be a Pokemon. What is this? What is this? This is the definition. Sorry. This is the definition of trying to cram all the Sorry, what am I trying to say? This is the definition of trying to write as many words as possible so that you get to the final score of your essay. I don't like the poor mid one. F tier. I hate it as a concept. I hate it as an idea. If they went from poor me to poor Mott, a lot of people would love this line. Because this to this is just enough, I think, of a change to where it's likable. Having that thing in the middle ruins it, I think, a little bit. Poor Mott, I really like as a Pokemon. I'm going to put it S tier. Poor me as a Pokemon, I really like. I'm going to put it A tier. But the middle one, I have a disdain for, just because I think if you remove that, the Poor Me line is flawless, like perfectly flawless. This just feels like they're trying to fill out all of the Pokedex slots that they need to. And I would much rather this thing didn't exist and they use that Pokedex slot for another Pokemon, for another new Pokemon, or to bring back an older Pokemon. It feels like a wasted slot, and I don't like it. I really don't like it. Poor Me line is all a B. They don't change much, but I do like them regardless. Okay. Paul Mott's an easy yes. Is this the first Pika clone to evolve? I think so, yeah. I think so. Yeah, I think so, yeah. I believe so. I believe so. Yeah. So I think if you remove that middle one, I think the line just becomes so much better. Because, like, going from Poor Me to this, I can't even remember its name. That's how much disdain I have for it. Poor Mo, I think, maybe? Poor Me to Poor Mo. I don't like Poor Mo at all. I really don't. And it's so triggering in the game when you go up to a bunch of Poor Me and you see a Pormo and you're like, oh, shut. Oh, it's just standing up. Don't like it at all. But we then move on to another funny Pokemon, Wattrel. I really love Wattrel. I think it's hilarious. S tier. I don't know what it is about Wattrel. The name, the eyes alone. It's so simple. I don't know what it is, but it just does something to my brain. It does something to my brain chemistry that just makes me happy. So Wattrel's S tier, very funny, love it. What is this thing called? I can't remember what its evolution is called. Can somebody help me out? Birds, low B, high C. Okay. Should have been no Pormo and add a Giga Wattrel. Wattrel is so funny that eyes are so dorky. Exactly. Killer Wattrel. Okay. Killer Wattrel as well. Fantastic name. And I think obviously it makes sense as an evolution. I don't like it as much as Wattrel just because it kind of loses the eyes, but I still think it's a very cool Pokemon. I'm going to put it in A tier. Probably just... yeah, probably just below Poor Me. Probably just below Poor Me, but a very cool line. I definitely want to use it in the future. But Wattrel is so funny to me. Okay. Bombardier, another fantastic name. The names in this generation, I think, are a lot better than most other generations. Bombardier is absolutely inspired. Absolutely brilliant. I do like it. I don't think it's my favorite. It's definitely probably my least favorite Titan. I think it's great. I think it's good. I don't think it's any better than a B, personally. B for Bombardier makes sense. I am going to put it... I'm going to put it at the bottom of B. I think it's still very good. No problems with it at all. Very happy to have it as a Pokemon. Yeah, perfectly fine. Perfectly good, should I say. Decent C. Decent C. I can see why people wouldn't like it. I do find it funny when it's going for its little thing and then it picks it up. It's very funny. Also, I love the idea. I do love the idea. I was very shocked to see a bunch of boulders come down trying to hit us. Like, that in a Pokemon game is very weird to see. Like, an actual imminent death that you have to kind of move out the way from. Wasn't expecting it. Very funny. Don't get why it's a dark type. To be honest, I didn't realize it was a dark type. It's a dark type? That is a bit weird. I mean, if it's dropping bombs on you, I mean, to be fair, that is pretty dark. Squawkabilly. No. I don't vibe with Squawkabilly at all. I'll never use it. I will never use it. It's I just think I have absolutely no opinions of Squawkabilly. It doesn't do anything good for me. It doesn't do anything bad for me. Which you would think that means it goes into C tier, but the fact that I just have absolutely no feelings towards it at all tells me that I should put it in F tier. Because at least the Mons in D tier make me like upset or angry or confused or annoyed or disdain. At least I'm getting something, some emotion from them. Squawkabilly, I'm void. I have nothing going on. Bombardier drops boulders on creatures for fun. Yep. Burb is a C for me. Fair. Where are we putting Squawkabilly, everybody? Vicky, no. Flying fairy could have been fun. I don't get how it would be a fairy, though. I think dark typing makes more sense than a fairy, personally. But yeah. Oh. I think we're now at the most controversial Pokemon in this game. Can you believe it? The most controversial Pokemon in this game is a Flamingo. Now, so I used Flamigo on my team. When I first saw it, I was happy that we have a Flamingo Pokemon, but then I was like, it's just a Flamingo. Then I learned that its name is Flamigo because it's an amigo. That's great. And then you kind of learn a bit more about it. The fact that it's supposed to be like a balloon animal flamingo that's kind of looks like a punching glove, sort of. To be honest, the design is less affecting me anymore because when I used it, it absolutely tore through the whole game and made everything a lot easier. And I have learned to love the flamingo. It is my amigo. It is going high A above Fuecoco. I can't put it in S, but I have a feeling that by the end of the generation, it will be an S tier. But right now, it's sitting very pretty at the top of A. But I'm pretty sure it's going to go to S tier at some point. Flamigo AB, another say I like it, but I wish there was something more. And to be honest, I can totally get why people would be disappointed with it from a concept point of view. Because obviously we've had a dolphin and a flamingo Pokemon, two Pokemon that we've never had before, inspired by incredibly popular animals. And we've got them for the first time in this generation. Both of them are literally just a flamingo and a dolphin, so I can understand why you wouldn't like it. But for me, using it in the game really changed my opinion, and I absolutely adore it. I'd say low B for the flamingo. Don't get it, but okay. Yeah. Like I said, Jake, I think I can completely understand why you wouldn't get it. Or why you don't like it, sorry. But I love it. Now, Clorf. Clorf to me is the definition of like. Sorry, this is people talking in the background. I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to get my thing in amongst them. They are doing some very elaborate rapping. They've been going for like an hour now. People need to do it earlier. Clorf High A and the shiny. I do need to get the shiny. I would like to find the shiny. I need the shiny. I know you can't hear them, but they're kind of throwing me off, Eternal, so I'm just going to wait for them. They're throwing me off. But yeah, Clorf shiny. Oh my goodness. I need to get that. I need to get that in my life. They are budging cool. Yeah, I don't know. Clorf to me is just the perfect definition of a Pokemon. It's very funny as well.
Oh, let me have a think where I'm going to put this actually, because it is high. Do I prefer it over Wattrel? Oh, now I'm thinking Paldean Wooper should be an S. This is the problem when you do this list. I don't know. I'm gonna put Clorf. I'm gonna put Clorf in S tier. I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna put it below Wattrel, I think. Clorf is just a perfect Pokemon for me. Like the perfect thing of turning something into a Pokemon, if you know what I mean. Very funny. Where would everybody else put it? Could always have a double look through at the end. Yeah, I could do, couldn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 in S tier. Yeah, probably going to need to. Clorf. Clorf is the perfect Pokemon. Everything about it is perfect. Kind of wish Clorf had an Evo. Looks like it could evolve. Yeah, I think that's fair. But I also kind of like the fact that it's not. You know what I mean? I want to do a Clorf solo run at some point. That would be quite fun. Okay, moving on to Knackley. Now, I did use Knackley in my playthrough. It was on my champion team. So I saw this whole line play out during my playthrough. Knackley by itself, high B, pretty fun. I will put it above the Dunsparce. I can't remember what this one's called. What is it? I only think of Midas now. I can't think of their names. Cloth had no impact on me in this game. Fair. I just like it because it's funny, to be honest. I just like it because it's funny. Garganical is gloriously ridiculous. Garganical. It's a weird one to say. It's absolutely ridiculous. Knackley B, the other two are C, but Midas. Six, how you doing, Six? Welcome in. I heard we're fighting when and where. Six. I've got a mean left hook now. How you doing, Six? Welcome in. What do you think of this list so far, Six? Is there anything crying out to you that is absolutely criminal? Also, how you doing? Welcome in. If Rella didn't exist, Knackley line would be my favorite. Wow, okay. Knackle Stack. Is that what it's called? Hold on. All their names kind of mixed together for me. Let me just Knackle Stack. Yeah, okay. Knackle Stack. I don't like Knackle Stack as much as the other two, so I'm going to put it in. Well, I'm tempted to put it in C, actually, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to put it there. But Garganical is fantastic. Absolutely A for me. Do I prefer it to Tanda? Yes, I do. I do prefer it to Tatsugiri. Do prefer it to Shroodle. Yep. Yep. It's just going to keep going up. Yep. 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 Okay, this is probably where it stops. Yeah, I'm going to put it there. Just below Orthworm. Sodium chloride stack. I think it's hilarious. It's so funny. And like I said, I used it in my team and it was fantastic. I put Stealth Rocks on it. It literally wore down every single team it was on. I love Salt Cure as a move. I think that's really cool. I don't particularly like the first two, but it works really well as an Evo line, yeah. I'm still playing, but I love my Espathra and Skeledirge. Fair. Where did I put Espathra? I put it lowish B. Lowish B. What's your favorite Pokemon in this generation so far, Six? Obviously, please feel free because we're going to be getting into spoilery stuff soon, Six. So if you haven't seen things, please go. But I like how the Salt of Knackle Stack hurts, but the Salt of Garganical heals. That's pretty cool. That's growth. That is growth. Ferrograph or however is made. Oh, Ferrograph is. I mean, it's my fourth favorite so far on this tier list. It's great. It's absolutely great. I moderate for a speedrunner. Ah, okay. Say no more. We'll do it quickly then. So the next one is Tinkertink. Yeah, the next one is Tinkertink. Now, I know this. I think Tinkertink line, or sorry, what's this one called? Tinkerton. Tinkerton, I think, is the overriding most popular Pokemon of this generation. Do you think that's fair to say? I've seen a lot of hype and a lot of love for Tinkerton. Is it fair to say it's the most popular Pokemon of this generation? Do we think? I think so. I think it's the one that I've seen the most amount of love for. Now, I in my opinion, it falls into the same trap as Pour Me, where the first stage and the last stage, great, perfect. You don't need the mid stage. The mid stage for me, no. F tier. Actually, I will put these above Squawkabilly because they are fine. But yeah. Don't like the mid stage. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Just going from Tinkertink to Tinkerton, perfectly fine. Because it is literally just a definition of getting bigger, getting bigger. It's the biggest. And I don't like that. It really does give me Pour Me energy. If anything, first stage is mid. No, I think going from that to that makes more sense than the other two. Or to be fair, yeah, you probably could take out the first stage or the second stage. I think that's fair. So you're saying it's like a starter where the mid stage is awkward? Not even that. It just doesn't. It literally is just getting bigger. That's all I see to me personally. Starters do go from like little cute thing to awkward mid thing to cool taller thing, but this just feels small, medium, big. To me, it's like getting Coke at McDonald's. Small, medium, big. That's how I feel. But the small and the big are very good, by the way. Too much of a jump? I don't think it is. To be fair, you could. I think you probably could do the same thing going from second to third stage, but I rare Eld. Mid stage is really good. I completely disagree. I disagree. You don't need the mid stage because previous parts of the hammer you can see as it grows. You don't. I disagree. You don't need the mid stage because previous parts of the hammer you can see as it grows. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably. This is an L tape for you. Well, it's my stream, so get a life. Make sure to leave a like, by the way, if you haven't already. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think Tinkertink. Hold on, I'm taking ages to do this one. Tinkertink, I'm gonna put it in. Have you seen the shiny for Tink's line? I don't think I have actually. Let me have a look. Tinkertink shiny. I don't think I have. Kind of morbid, you say? Oh, its hammer's like bronze. Tinker Ton shiny. Oh yeah, its hammer goes bronze. It's pretty fun. That's clever. Oops, I misspoke. I think you do need the mid stage for that reason. Oh, I see what you mean. Right. Okay. Plus, tough get the met. Oh, from Bisharp and ton upgrades to Corviknight. I think that bit's great, by the way, and I am going to put Tinkerton very high because this is a very cool Pokemon. I will put it. I do prefer to Orthworm. I'll put it there. High A for me. Great. I think it's funny. I think it's good, and I love the I love the Pokedex entry of it hunting down Corviknights. Very funny. It does add to it a lot. I don't really like Tinkertink too much as a thing by itself. It literally really reminds me of a Little Big Planet character, and I do love Little Big Planet to be fair. But I will put it about there. I think C. But yeah, I don't think you need the mid stage at all. I think get rid of it completely. Go from this to this. I think it's fine. And that would be a great line going from that to that. Absolutely would have no problems with that. But I think this ruins it a little bit. Tink doesn't change, but the hammer is the color of shiny Corviknight. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. That is pretty morbid. Damn. Tinkerton is the best mon this generation. Love it so much. And I can understand why people would like it, to be honest. And I really want to use it for a future playthrough. And like with most of these Pokemon, it will probably end up in S tier at some point. But I haven't used it yet. I'm only going off of my experience so far. High A. High A. Annihilate is the coolest Pokemon. Now, I usually like the cute and the funny ones. I'm usually, with new Pokemon, I don't usually gravitate towards the cool ones. As you can probably tell by the fact I've got Quaxly, Toedscool, and Clodsire in my top 3. I don't gravitate towards cool Pokemon. But Annihilate is an incredibly cool exception. I'm just trying to work out if it's going S or highest A. I think it's going to go highest A. Yes, it's going to go highest A. Not quite S tier for me. Because this is reserved for, things that I love, like adore. And I don't quite adore this. I just think it's very cool. Oh, I've moved Grafaiai. Where did I have Grafaiai? Oh, I've moved Grafaiai. I think I had you here. I don't remember. I'd say S for me. A literally murders itself from rage to evolve. That is pretty fun. They made a Pokemon based on Dex entry they wrote years ago, Growth, and the name is amazing. And I remember seeing Annihilate for the first time and just absolutely losing my mind. That battle is probably the hardest battle in the game. The Annihilate Team Starbase. I lost 4 times. And the only reason I won is because I had a Rocky helmet on. It's absolutely destructive. And it's going to be very good for Terra raids as well, which I think is going to help my enjoyment of it in the future. I don't know why these are here and Daxbun is back here, but we'll work with it. What's this thing called? I know this is Glamora. What's this one called? The little party popper thing? Does anybody remember? I agree. I think that was my hardest battle. It was definitely my hardest battle. It was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Glimmet. Thank you very much, Eternal. Glimmet. I think the line is perfectly fine. I don't really hold much opinion on either of them. They are probably going to go low, maybe high C. Yeah, I'll probably put Glimmet there, and I'll put Glamora in low B. I think the reason why people wouldn't like this is because it's the champion's ace, and it just doesn't work as a champion's ace. It does feel like a weird inclusion in the champions team. Sorry, not a weird inclusion, but a weird placement. And I think that's where people have problems with it. But cool ability, very, very cool ability. Very funky. It does remind me a bit of like an Ultra Beast kind of energy vibe to it. So I'm going to go low. Oh, actually, I do prefer it to Bombardier, to be fair. I do prefer it to Bombardier. But yeah, this thing is going to go C. It's so weird. I love it. It's pretty fun. Okay. Now, the next Pokemon, I can't hide it, is my favorite. It's my favorite. I can't, both of them together, I can't separate them. They are my favorites. I liked Fido when it got released, but knowing that Fido now turns into a Dash Hound, I love them. I absolutely love them. I think they are perfect. There's a theory that it was meant to be the starter for the team. And King Gambit was supposed to be the final one, which would be painful because of its ability. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, why did they not do that? Both IB for me, so they probably mix it around. Why would they do that? What? Hi YB, welcome in. I called my Fido Crispy, and it bit even better when it evolved. That's good. That is very good. I mean, Fido and Darkspun, I love them so much. Honestly, I absolutely adore them. And they are my favorite Pokemon of this generation. So if that's what you were waiting for in this video, you can tab off now. But I just love the way they look, and I really want a Dachshund when I really want a Dachshund in the future. As a dog, that is, not as a Pokemon. If Pokemon are around, I'll have it. But as a dog, I really want one. They're my favorite breed of dog, and I love them so much. I love them so much. There's just with Pokemon sometimes I think you can overplay like designs, abilities, all that sort of stuff. It's really just how you feel about it, and I just really love them. I can't think of anything else. Probably thought it'd be too hard. Glamora sets up toxic debris when you hit it, so you already get messed up whenever you send a mon in. That is really annoying though, Six, because I think that battle is beatable. And if you're going to make the Annihilate battle as hard as it was, you might as well make the champion harder. It's crazy. Oh, no worries, Wybe. Thank you for leaving a like. Really appreciate you, Wybe. Thank you so much. Go and enjoy your sleep. Enjoy your sleep. Enjoy your sleep. Get some sleep. Anyway. Geeter is too easy. The Croc sweeps it. Yeah. That's fair. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Why does Geeter have a Go-Go and an Avalugg? I think Geeter's team... I wouldn't have a problem with Geeter's team as it is. The positioning is wrong. And I think the Avalugg should have been Hisuian Avalugg. I think that would have been really interesting. Coming off the back of Legends Arceus. Hisuian Avalugg, lead Glamora, then Go-Go. Why not? It's funny. Hisuian Avalugg. What else does she have? Leave Kingambit till last. What else does she have? What's the fifth mon? It must be another Paldean Pokemon. Veluza. Yeah, Veluza sucks a little bit. You've already seen Veluza in the water gym, so you don't need to see it again. She should have had back Excalibur. Maybe. Why doesn't she have Goldengo, actually? Now that I'm thinking about it, she should have Goldengo, because that's like the rarest Pokemon in the game. She should have had Dolphin. Yeah. Go-Go and Avalugg is such a weird one. She definitely had potential, but something messed up during development. Yeah. Yeah, that is a real shame. Yeah, because you want the champion to have like the rarest / best Pokemon in the game. Like Kingambit took me by complete surprise. Like that just threw me completely off, and I was just blown away by it. There should have been 2 more of that, I think. It should have been Kingambit, Goldengo, Hisui, and Avalugg, I think, should have been on the team. That would have been cool. Dragon Elite 4 should have been a double battle. Yeah, I agree with you there. I agree with you there. Anyway, right. This is brilliant, but I like this. Okay, we move on to Bramblin. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Bramblin. I know it's bottom of the list for a lot of people. I find it absolutely hilarious. So I apologize, everybody, but it's definitely going into A tier. Not as much as Tatsugiri, but it's definitely going in A tier for me. I find it so funny. Also, I've seen somebody left a comment on one of my videos. I can't remember the name. I apologize, but somebody left a comment, and they were like, I was walking through the desert, and I saw a tumbleweed, and I thought, oh, that's a cool animation, and I kept going. They didn't know it was a Pokemon, basically. And then they accidentally ran into it, and they realized it was a Pokemon. Sorry, no. How they saw it, was they saw a couple of them, and they noticed that one of the tumbleweeds was a different color. So then they went up to that tumbleweed, and it was a shiny Bramblin. Which I think is an amazing way to encounter a Pokemon for the first time. You don't think it's a Pokemon, and then you go up to it for the first time, and you find it shiny. It's amazing. Bramblin doesn't even change when it evolves. I think that is probably the biggest thing, is that, yeah, they are very similar. I'm not putting them in A tier for the reason that they are cool individually. They are basically the same Pokemon, so I'm rating them kind of as one Pokemon, if that makes sense. And I find it so funny seeing them tumble around the desert. So they're going in A for me, both of them, because it is basically the same thing. I'm honestly sick of these Pokemon based off the word poltergeist. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, okay. We move on to this thing. All right. I can't remember your name. What's your name? Gimmighoul. Sorry. Okay, Gimmighoul. We obviously actually don't really see this Pokemon as an actual Pokemon encounterable in the game. You do get to encounter it in Go. I think I do prefer it out of the chest than in the chest. To me, the chest looks pretty comical. I know it's obviously supposed to be what are those things called in those games? It's on the tip of my tongue. What are they called? Somebody help me out. Mimics. It was on the tip of my tongue. Thank you, Eternal. Obviously, they're supposed to be mimics, and I totally get that, but the chest looks a little bit too comical for my liking. So I do prefer it going out and about form for me. I would probably put it in low B, and then this in D, probably right there. I think it's fine. But yeah, I do prefer its out and about form compared to the treasure form. Goldengo. Pokemon number 1000, everybody. I absolutely loathe it. Worst Pokemon of this generation goes to Goldengo. I cannot tell you how much I dislike this Pokemon. I don't like it at all. Don't like the design. The way you evolve it is pretty fun, and I do like unique things like that. It does remind me of a cheese string. Samon, he is a Finishermon. The design I just can't vibe with. It's way too comical. It's goofy. It just doesn't fit for me personally. I don't think Gimmighoul should have had an evolution. Personally, I think it would have been cool by itself. Just make it a bit more powerful. But yeah, it just doesn't vibe with me. Now that you've had time to think about it, better or worse? It's worse than Maractus. It is probably my least favorite Pokemon. It's probably my least favorite Pokemon ever. Its ability is good. I've heard its ability is very good. It's pure hatred in your words, Stang. I just don't like it at all. I really just don't like its design. Yeah, it is worse than Maractus. I'll concede that. It is worse. Goldengo is the worst Pokemon for me, personally. And it's Pokemon number 1000, which is very funny. Actually, from a point of view of it being Pokemon number 1000, that is pretty funny that it is that bad. At least in my opinion, obviously. But yeah. Worst Pokemon. How does it compare to Bruxish? Do you know what? I don't mind Bruxish. Bruxish is ugly, but that's the point. I don't mind it. It's okay. It'd probably go in C tier for me, Bruxish. If I was ranking every Pokemon that is. Moving on to something a bit more nicer. Kingabare. This thing was a total surprise during the champion battle. It is going in S tier. It is amazing. I love the fact that it's like a little chess piece. Obviously in line with the Bishop line and all that sort of stuff. And I love the fact that it's like king and it's sitting down. It's got some behind, if you've seen that picture. It's got some booty, which is great. It's really cool. Low S for me, just below Cloth, but very cool. It's a rare occasion where something cool will get on the S tier list for me, personally. So yeah. Can't believe they didn't do something special for 1000. Well, I mean, it is special. I would classify it as special because of the way you evolve it. the way that I guess Gimmighoul was kind of marketed, all that sort of stuff, and it is literally golden. So I can see why it would be Pokemon 1000, but yeah, it's crazy. Hi B, Kingabit S, amazing flavored text when it switches in. It's great. It's great. Now, pseudo legendary for this generation. I can't remember its name. What's its name? The little one? I know this is Baxcalibur. I don't remember these two actually. I don't remember these two. Now, I didn't actually encounter any of these three on my journey until the Elite Four, where Baxcalibur came in. And then later on, when we went to Glacido Mountain, I saw these two. So I didn't actually see these during the whole playthrough. I did see Baxcalibur. What is this thing called? I can't actually remember its name. If anybody can remember its name. Yeah, I actually have no idea. I don't remember the name either. Gen 9 Pseudo Legendary. Oh, I can't spell pseudo legendary. They get a high C for me, love the line, but not enough to remember their names. Nobody remembers their names. Nobody remembers their name. That's amazing. Nobody remembers. Frigabacks? Oh, that does ring a bell, yeah. Here we go. So yeah, it's Frigabacks, Arctobax, and Baxcalibur. So Frigabacks. Okay. So the Frigabacks line, totally forgettable, atrocious pseudo legendary, probably the worst pseudo legendary ever. Would we say? It has got a cool typing. Ice Dragon is a cool typing, but I just absolutely couldn't care less about them, which I don't think is what you want from a pseudo legendary. Godzuka Godzilla Jr. Walmart brand Godzilla. I don't like this at all. I don't really care for that at all. I can't even remember their names. Baxcalibur is probably a low C. They just don't do it for me. They're not memorable. Yeah. They're atrocious pseudo legendaries, really. In my opinion, at least. Ice Dragon is a cool type, but definitely least memorable, maybe overshadowed by Paradox Mons. That's true. Love the middle stage, don't care about the other two. There was a Pokemon that I thought was the pseudo legendary. Where was it? Where are the other dragons? I swear I went through the whole playthrough thinking another Pokemon was going to be a pseudo legendary. What was it? Oh, what did I think? Can't remember now. I was wrong, obviously. I said this thing the pseudo legendary. Does anybody remember? I said it very briefly. What did I think was the pseudo legendary? Oh yeah, and yeah, Baxcalibur is just a Duraludon. I don't care what anybody says. It is just Duraludon without metal on. Love the middle stage, don't care about the other two. I had one on my team almost the whole game, but they are definitely forgettable. Yeah. I like them when I play with them. Pokemon I thought were meh ended up being ones I adore because their interactions are charming. Yeah, I agree. Duraludon was so clunky. No, I much prefer Duraludon, to be honest. I much prefer Duraludon to Baxcalibur. What did I think was the pseudo-legendary? Was it the Tinkerton line? Did I think that was the pseudo-legendary? But then it's not Dragon, so... Oh, no. No, it wasn't Glamora either. Oh, what was it? I actually can't remember now. Oh, well. What's the Gen 8? Yeah, Dragapult. Dragapult is fantastic. Oh my gosh. Maybe it was Tatsugiri. Oh, Vicky is right. Yeah, when I first saw Tatsugiri, I was like, "Oh, this thing's going to evolve." Yeah, it was Tatsugiri. I thought that thing was going to evolve into the pseudo legendary. Oh, the Dragapult line is fantastic, Six. Oh my goodness, it's unreal how good that Pokemon line is. Okay, we move into the paradox forms, which, as a concept, I will say I am totally on board with exploring more often. I much prefer things like paradox forms. Um, I get paradox form. I guess you could put Dynamax in there as well, but things that actually affect the story and integrate with the story as well. For those that don't know, I don't really like Mega Evolution. I think I don't really get on board with it too much. I don't like the execution of it. It barely ties into the story at all. And the fact that Paradox Mons kind of tie in a lot more to the post game than anything else makes me like them a lot more. Also, the fact that you can get past forms and future forms of any Pokemon now, like conceptually wise, is just really cool. Like if you think of a Pokemon right now that hasn't got a Paradox form, it has got a Paradox form technically in the existence of the world because it was in the past. Well, maybe it wasn't in the whole past, but at least in the future, there's Paradox forms of those Pokemon out there. Yeah, unless they go extinct, obviously, or they weren't made. There's some very interesting lore speculation on paradox forms from the books and how it gets explored. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Want to draw so many paradox forms? Yes, do it. 6. So yeah, I'm really on board with paradox forms. I love the idea. The execution is very good as well. I played Violet, so when I went through my playthrough, I was using the future paradox forms. I think overall I do prefer the Violet paradox forms, the past forms, over the future forms, but they are still all very, very, very good. Iron, no, not Iron Tusk. What's this thing called? Something Tusk, Primal Tusk. I'm not gonna be able to remember their names. Scarlet Paradox are far superior. That's fair. Great Tusk. Thank you, Eternal. I do prefer Great. Actually, no, I don't prefer Great Tusks to Iron Tusks. But I am going to put Great Tusk in A. It's just going to keep going. It's just going to keep. I think they're just below Grafii. Great Tusk, very good. Paradox Eevees, Rocky Evo for past, Steel Eevee for future. That's cool. Does anybody remember this one? I can't remember their names. That's true. I don't really remember the names. The names are hard to remember. I think with time we'll remember them all, but they are a bit hard to remember right now. Brute Bonnet. Okay, Brute Bonnet I think is probably my least favorite of the paradox forms, but it's still pretty funny. I'll probably put it in C. Yeah, probably about there. I think it's fine. Past mons don't vie with me the same way future mons do. I was disappointed with the future mons. They all say they were created and are robots. I'd love to see them actually adopt to future settings on their own. I think it would be quite cool so that they're not just all robotic, but they have some elements that are robotic. Like I thought the other day, for those that don't know, Apom was my favorite Pokemon, but I think it would be pretty cool if you just had Apom, but the hand was metallic. So you had some elements that are still animalistic and natural and stuff, but then they have robotic features attached to them or included in them. I think that would be pretty cool. I want to draw that idea for Eevee. Do it. Among Us Bungus. Oh, 6, please. Do it. That's pretty funny. Miraidon isn't a robot, no? Is Miraidon's a robot, isn't it? Robot. Anyway. Sandy Shocks. I think Sandy Shocks is the funniest and probably least expected. I do actually like the idea that something kind of futuristic like Magneton was chosen as a past form. I think that's pretty clever, and I think it's done pretty well. I'm going to put it in B, just below Gimme Ghoul, I think. Yeah, and Sandy Shock's walking is quite funny. Screamtail is okay. I do prefer it to Brute Bonnet, but it's still going to go in C tier for me. Probably, yeah, probably about there. Probably about that's fine. Sandy Shocks is possibly the worst paradox, in my opinion. Interesting. Okay. Kind of hoping there could be some corrupted future types to kind of show off how we can't predict how future tech will be. Yeah, exactly. That's a good idea. That would be cool. Fluttermane, I really, really like. I love the fact that it wasn't Mischievous that got it; it was Mismagius. Same with the Jigglypuff as well. Like, I like that it's kind of unpredictable because you would have assumed that if they were going to choose one, they would go Mismagius, but they chose Mischievous, which is pretty cool. So I think I do like Fluttermane. It is going to go B for me. I do probably about there, just above Espathra. Little tooth cracks me up. Oh, what's this thing? What's this one called? I've just lost it. Where are we? There you are. What's this one? Lunar Moth? Is it called Lunar Moth? Oh, Slitherwing. That's the one. Okay. Slitherwing for me is probably the best paradox form of them all. I do like Volcarona. I have a corrupt history with Volcarona. I'm not going to get into it, but I really, really, really like it. It's very cool. It is going to go S tier for me, probably above Kingabit. Yeah, I'm going to put it just above Kingabit. Very, very cool. I adore it and I want a plush. Yeah, we'll get a plush. We'll get a plush. What was this thing called? Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon is also a very cool concept. Doesn't quite make S tier for me, but it is going to go the highest of A tiers. Very, very nice. Very cool. Roaring Moon S tier. I honestly, it is very, very good. A plush would be so soft. It would be. It would be very good. Also, it's nice the fact that it's an actual moth. I know that Volcarona is a moth anyway, but a moth that's actually like on its legs, kind of. It's Mega Salamence. It is pretty much Mega Salamence, yes. Iron Tusk I actually used in my playthrough. I actually managed to catch it. I think it's a glitch. I don't know if it is a glitch or not, but I was able to catch the Titan Iron Tusk during my regular playthrough. And I used it, and I called it Nelly. And it's fun. It's very cute. No, it's not cute. I was thinking of Ellie. Net Ellie. I think I do prefer it to Iron Tusks, but just barely. These two are on very similar levels for me. They're very cool though. But I think just because it was used in my playthrough team, I think that just edges it. Also, it is fast. That's part of the game. Okay. Titans are static and counts once you beat them. Cool. Okay. Nice. Dex entry actually confirmed it's Mega. Oh, really? Oh, okay. What's this one called? Does anybody remember? Oh, you can't see it. What's this one called? Does anybody remember? Iron something? Iron Sun? I'm going to need help with the rest of these, by the way. I know this one's Iron Jugulus. Iron Moth. Thank you. The Arc King. How are you doing, by the way? Welcome in. How's your day going? Iron Moth. Thank you. Iron Moth is not as good as Lunar Moth, but I would still put it in S tier. Actually, I do prefer it to King a bit, now that I'm thinking about it. But there is a decent margin between this and this one. I definitely much prefer this one. But yeah. I'm fine. How are you? I'm good. Thank you, Art King. I'm good. Still calling it Lunar Moth? Yep. Oh, well. Iron Moth. Whatever it's called. Who cares? This one's Iron Hands, isn't it? Iron Hands? I think. I'm definitely going to need help with these ones. I cannot remember what their names are at all. Okay, Iron Hands. Okay. Iron Hands. I don't really like it. I know it's very powerful and I know it's very good for terror raids, but I don't really like it. Don't really like Hariyama as a Pokemon particularly. It's okay. I just it's fine, really. I think it's nothing more than a C for me, personally. Probably, I put it above Brute Bonnet. I put it above Brute Bonnet, but it's fine. It's fine. Iron Hands was ready to throw hands, yeah. I must go do some work, but thank you for the punishment. I'll judge you mercilessly on your rating of Koraidon later. Yeah. Love it. I am going to be turning this into a more cut down video, so it'll be a bit more easily digestible, Six. So keep an eye out for that. But thank you very much for coming along. I hope your work goes well. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you later. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Iron Jugulus, Iron Thorn. Oh, Vicky, you are a lifesaver. Thank you. Iron Jugulus. I actually love the projection on the inside of its head thing. It works really well. I like the purple of it. I think the colors pop really well for that futuristic look. I'm gonna put in A, but low A. I think I do prefer Tandemaus, weirdly enough. It's so weird comparing these two Pokemon together, but I think I do just prefer Tandemaus just for the humor element of it. Iron Thorns. I love the fact that we now have a canon Mecha Godzilla. That is pretty funny to me. I don't vibe with Tyranitar as much as Hydreigon, but it's still going to go in A for me. Pretty fun. And just for the fact that we have Mecha Godzilla, I'm a big fan of the Godzilla universe. Giant monsters fighting. I am a sucker for some giant monsters fighting. So the fact that we have a Mecha Godzilla now makes it all the better. So I'm going to put it in A. Wait, I've just realized you could make a Godzilla film because this is Mothra. Oh my goodness, you have Mothra and you have Mecha Godzilla. You could definitely do a Godzilla. Somebody make that edit. Somebody make that edit. We also have a weaponized Christmas, which is great. We've got what was this one called? Iron Bundle. This was definitely surprising when it first popped out. I think it's hilarious that Delibird got a Paradox form. Big fan of that choice. Not as fun or as cool as Tyranitar or Hydreigon for me, but it is going to go top of B. Very funny. Very, very. Just for the humor alone. Gay pics are free. Oh, thank you. Oh, brilliant. Finally. No, Vicky. I wanted gay pics for free. No. Anyway. Iron Valiant. Iron Valiant was definitely very surprising at the end of that battle with Professor Turo. An absolute monster. I only beat it by Rocky Helmet damaging it and reviving and Rocky Helmet damaging. I love the fact that it's Gardevoir and Gallade together. That's really, really fun and cool. And I watched a Birdkeeper Toby video, and his theory is that Iron Valiant was made in the future to fight Guzzlord. Like it's the perfect Guzzlord counterpart. And that headcanon has made me like it even more. I'm going to put it in A. About there. Just below Flamigo. Just to really annoy people. Okay. So now we get on to the legendary portion. I probably should have done these four in the beginning, because you get them in the beginning, but oh well, who cares? Koraidon! I do like riding around on my Koraidon and Miraidon. I've not used them in battle yet, to be honest with you. I've only ever used them to ride. But I do like their inclusion in the story. Pretty fun. I probably do prefer Koraidon, weirdly enough. But maybe that's just because I've used Miraidon and I haven't used Koraidon. And I want to use Koraidon. Is Koraidon Miraidon starting to lose sense to anybody else? The names? Blah, 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 blah. But I think they're both fine. I'm going to put them both in A. I'm going to put them both in A. They're both pretty cool. I like them as legendaries. I just haven't used them personally. So Yeah. And I guess just thank you as well, Moridon, for ferrying me around, I guess. Thank you very much. Perfectly fine. Okay, what the fudge are these things called? What are these things called? Chi something. I cannot remember their names. Chinese legendaries. Oh, Chinese legendary Pokemon should have put. That would make more sense. Think they are both a solid B. That's fine. I will look up their names. I will look up their names. Okay, we're going to go Ting Lu first. Okay, now we get into the Chinese-inspired legendaries. I'm very interested to see how these are going to fit in with any potential DLC or future stories or anything like that. I really hope they don't get cast aside and they actually do get some plot stories or details because they are really cool and I like the backstory behind them. Ting Lu is definitely my least favorite. The other three seem really cool and fun and well designed, and this one is kind of just a deer with a bowl on its head. I don't know. It just feels a bit different to the other three. So I'm going to put it in C. Probably quite far low down in C. I just don't have as much attachment to it as the others. I'll put it about there. Mid C, I guess. Ting Lu, okay. Do you think they're setting up to be the main ones in Legends Paldea? Ooh, imagine Legends Paldea. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, maybe. That'd be really cool. All right, Ting Lu. Oh no, Qin Pao. Sorry, Qin Pao. Qin Pao. Qin Pao, I think I can't decide if it's my favorite of the four, but it's definitely top two. I'm going to put it in A. I just want to see more from it, personally. I'll put it about there. I think that's fair. I just want to see more, and I think the DLCs will make me like these four legendaries more. I really hope so. I really, really hope so. But design-wise, I think this is very cool. What's the snail called? I have no idea. Wu Qin. Okay. Wu Qin, I think, is the best executed design for what it was. So, like the book to a snail, that is quite fun, and I like the way they've done it. The eyes as well are very cool. I think they're all the rest of the three are going in A. It's just whether or not I do prefer the snow leopard looking thing, to be honest. And last but not least, we have Chi Yu, the goldfish, who I think is my favorite. It's just a goldfish, a fire goldfish. That's just fun. In fact, I might actually put it higher than. Oh my goodness! I've just realized I've got Bramblin above so many good things. Oh yeah, I'm starting to realize I do like it a lot more. Yeah, about there. I think about there is fine. I've got Bramblin above so many good things. Oh dear. Gosh. There we go. That's my list, everybody. And there we go. That is the list. All Gen 9 Pokemon ranked. Number 1 is Fido / Daxbun. And bottom of the list is Goldengo. What do we think, everybody? Let me know your thoughts. If you want to do the tier list, that is in the description of this video if you want to go do that yourself. Feel free to tag me on Twitter or join the Discord and share your tier lists in the chat as well. Links below if you want to go check those out. And subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thanks. Get here right at the end, but at least I have to get the summary. You do get the summary, Mika, yeah. What do you think? You didn't have as many bad opinions as I thought. Okay, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Oh, sorry, Art King. That was just for the video. That was for the video. I'm not signing off just yet. We'll give it a couple more minutes. But yeah, what if you had to pick one of my list that you absolutely detest the choice of? What would you choose? I like it. I'm very satisfied with that. The S tier mons I'm very happy with, and the F tier mons I'm very happy with as well. Everything in the middle is kind of just interchangeable, I think, for the most part. Change your mind, maybe? Yeah, you could change my mind. You probably won't, but you could try. You could try. Oh, my neck. This is going to be a pain to cut down, but change Mabastiff the quickest, personally? Really? People do like Mabastiff, to be fair. Where did I put Mabastiff? Oh, yeah, I put them in D, yeah. I just don't like them. Don't like their design. They look like they're pooing. Can't get out of my head, I'm afraid. They look like they're pooing. Fuecoco and Toadscruel need to be S. Fair. Toadscruel. Oh, sorry. Where did I put Toadscruel? Oh, A. Yeah, that's fair. Toadscruel's there, though. Toadscruel is funny. Yeah. Wattrel is a missed opportunity for cool electric bird, so I changed that. You don't like Wattrel? What? I love Wattrel. Frigabax is exactly where it should be. Where did I? Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I don't like them at all, Mika. Don't like that line at all. Definitely the worst pseudo legendary, I think, ever. It's so forgettable, dull, uninspired. You can't. I bet I didn't see them at all during the playthrough, which I don't think helps. You think Frigabax is cute? Is Frigabax the first stage or the second stage? I don't remember. Anyway, if you want to do this tier list, by the way, everybody, I'll put it in chat and I'll also put it in the Discord. Feel free, like I said, if you want to do the tier list, do it and feel free to post it in the Discord. I would love to get your opinions, see everybody's lists. If you not in the Discord, you can go into the description right now and do and check and join the Discord, or you can tag me on Twitter or share on Instagram or whatever. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant, Mika. I didn't see the biggest one until the Elite Four member, and then I had to be told where to go to find the other two, which I don't think helps with the immersion of it. But I suppose that is kind of the point of pseudo legendaries, that they are supposed to be rare and, you know, off the beaten track sort of thing. But yeah, please do go and do your own tier lists. I'd love to see everybody's lists. But that is going to be it for me today, everybody. If you haven't already, please do leave a like. It really does help. Thank you very much. I would greatly appreciate it if you could do that. I will be chopping this down to a video, so if you missed parts of the stream, you can obviously go watch back the VOD if you want to. But I will be chopping this down to a more digestible, fun video with my initial reactions to some of the Pokemon that I talk about. So if you want to go see that, be on the lookout. Probably next week. I'm going to try, maybe. We'll see. I'm going to go watch the World Cup. Yay. And thank you very much for being here, everybody. It was lovely chatting to you all. Lovely stream today. I loved it. It was great. Just to do one thing for a couple hours. It was fun. Very fun. I'm going to do this more. The next tier list will probably be music. We're going to do the music tier list, which will probably take a little bit longer, so I might reserve more time for that, because we need to actually listen to the music. But yeah, I don't know when that will be. That won't be next week, because next week's Christmas. Actually, this might be the last stream before then, so have a lovely holiday season, everybody, if I don't see you. Happy tidings. Thank you for everything this year. I really, really appreciate you all. People in the Discord, people on YouTube, our time on Twitch this year as well. I loved it. Thank you very, very much. It's been a very choppy stop-start year for the Hideout in terms of content, but we're going into 2023 in a stronger, more stable position than when we started. So thank you very much, all of you. Hope you have a great holiday season, Christmas, whatever you get up to, fun times. Look after yourself, and thank you very much for everything in 2022. have a great start to 2023 as well. No, to be fair, I might stream in between the 25th and the 20. Sorry, in between the 25th and the New Year. I might stream at some point then. I'll let you know. But anyway, bye everybody. Take care. Thanks for being here. Bye peeps. Bye 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 bye. I'll wave. Bye peach. Bye everybody. Bye.